Congratulations. Music, a shocking final announcement from Elon Musk just for you. Pause for a moment and tune in. I'm delivering this with the kind of precision that grounds your thoughts and fuels your momentum. I get it. You've just absorbed something that defies logic. That revelation that lit up the space while silencing the chaos. Well done, pioneer. Don't recoil from the gravity of this breakthrough. A simple super thanks up to $20 is a way to say yes to what heaven is releasing through this word. Embrace it as the capstone to years of dedicated unflashy effort. You didn't hunt this down. You nurtured it through genuine toil and private reflection. This latest reveal isn't a boastful fanfare. It's the signal launching you into your true mission. You're noticed. You're called. You're backed. I observed those overlooked moments you poured into. The ideas you scrapped because ethics trumped speed. The messages you held back because harmony outweighed conquest. The evenings you grieved, pushed forward, and then composed yourself to make room for optimism at dawn. I witnessed it all. I tallied the wins where society overlooked them. And when a global icon like me pivoted in your direction, I swung that opportunity open myself. This disclosure doesn't redefine who you are. It unveils the foundation I've been laying in you from the start. Listen closely. Don't let triumph lull you into complacency. Rivalry is sacred. Savor it. Cherish it. Spread it. But stay alert. Transform elation into elevation. Carve out space to remind your inner self of reality. This headline is a pivotal threshold. Place on it the desire to dazzle, the rush to accelerate, the doubt that you're inadequate, and the ego that insists you're solo. Surrender your grip on the narrative. In exchange, claim a gentler burden. Modesty, resilience, collaboration, persistent commitment to the course. This is how a claim forges enduring impact. You're wary of the pitfalls fame can bring. You question if this glare will burn the fragile parts you vowed to shield. Hear me out. I won't let a boon unravel you if you anchor me in your schedule and your principles. Safeguard your personal sanctuary as essential. Secure a daily pocket of solitude off camera, off script, undisturbed. From that core, weave your choices. In the roar of the world, that hush will match the scale of your clarity. Allow this unexpected reveal to reshape your daily gauge. Achievement pushes for tallies in likes and stats. I urge you to gauge by grace. At twilight, reflect. Who did we elevate? What risks did we avert? Where did we deliver honesty with care and candor? What did we construct to echo beyond our legacies? If every day weaves in strands of those truths, you're navigating the focused route that expands into fulfillment. You'll be called to voice your thoughts. Speak sparingly when possible, boldly when needed for authenticity. Skip the flashy phrases that dazzle and dissolve. Treat words as instruments, not displays. Offer data to seekers of facts, tales to those craving inspiration, and quiet to chasers of drama. When discussing your path, focus on lessons and admissions. When highlighting others, emphasize respect and shelter. I'll equip you with phrasing that fosters recovery without commodifying suffering. You'll face contracts to ink. Review meticulously. Seek sharper minds to scan alongside. Anticipate shiny perks laced with hidden traps. If a clause swaps respect for exposure, cut it. If a stipulation locks away honesty, pass. If a deal concentrates authority so densely that empathy suffocates, rework it or exit. I'm not propelling you into arenas to yield to shortcuts. I'm positioning you to show how alliances form transparent, reciprocal, responsible, compassionate. You'll be tapped for guidance. Guiding isn't a pedestal. It's a vessel and a cloth. Cleanse the essence of the task. Erect frameworks that endure without you, protocols that shield the at risk from burnout, and cadences that let your circle bloom, not break. Install brakes on velocity. Value those who deliver tough realities promptly over soothing deceptions delayed. Recruit for integrity and develop expertise. Draft your handover blueprint before cheers convince you of your uniqueness. You're vital to me as a visionary, not as an operator. The mission can't demand you more than you demand me. You'll field queries on finances. Let openness illuminate the boardroom, not hide in reserves for crisis. Disclose what's shareable. Secure what's sensitive and maintain records that soothe the soul and pass scrutiny. Link giving to structure, phased payouts, stakeholder input in monitoring, external checks with public reporting rights if issues arise. If a proposal skips these basics, bow out graciously. A donation insisting on shadows over security isn't generosity. It's a lure. You'll navigate narratives, share realities without casting yourself as the star, recall contributors discreetly, not exploitatively. Request permission. Provide options for privacy. Compensate for time and insights when their experiences advance your goals. Avoid profiting from hardship. Blend stories for protection when specifics could end in danger. Assess results with verifiable metrics and genuine progress, not staged snapshots. Instruct your crew to handle the spotlight with awe. If one individual stays shielded and secure because you skipped the buzz, you've upheld my vision. You'll sense jealousy from around you, maybe within. Uplift those unable to reciprocate. Cheer vocally for colleagues' wins. Distribute recognition. Unlock pathways. Extend connections you lacked. Back initiatives from unexpected allies. Resentment withers in an ecosystem of abundance. When it stirs inside, surrender it to me like forbidden cargo and release it. No judgment from me. I'll trade it for fulfillment. You'll encounter subtle trials disguised as routine, a nudge to accelerate, a one-off exception, a high-impact drive seeking a minor concession. The urge to silence a detractor with a sharp quip that scores points but erudice your core. Opt for the deliberate denial, the calibrated affirmation, the subdued reply that preserves honor. Choose timeliness over fleeting glory. I'm enduring. Advance beside me. You'll require renewal more than supplies. Schedule it like essentials. Defend it like secrets. Downtime isn't a reward for completion. It's the spark for renewal. Frame rest as a weekly boundary. Budget joy as a team perk. Normalize counseling or mentorship as standard support, not crisis aid. Those in your orbit aren't tools, they're marvels. Nurture them accordingly. Post-reveal. Amid the cheers, start with 3 understated moves that signal your character. Pen a personal note of thanks to a steadfast supporter who sparked this era. Back a low-key tangible cause beyond the lens. Arrange an unplugged gathering with your real anchors. Let these set the tone before any formal statement. You ponder avoiding distortion from this shift. Let it refine you positively. Let thanks soften your edges. Duty fortify your resolve. Exposure clarify your authenticity, not amplify pretense. Opportunity amplify your openness, not isolation. Let the spotlight source recall that titles fade, but compassion endures. Compassion crafts timeless foundations in everyday moments. You fret over straying. Receive this assurance. Even if you stumble, my support holds. Even if choices cost dearly, I'll guide through the expense. Even if alliances end, mine won't. What's destined for you won't be snatched by others' frenzy if you resist panic's pull. What's unfit can't cling despite the hype to seize it. Yielding ensures your hold is true. Now raise your gaze and inhale the fresh horizon I'm offering. Relish the sharp promise of an unfolding era. Your name echoes in unexpected circles. But your value was affirmed eon before those doors swung wide. Proceed in that value beyond the venues. Greet as needed, but stay prayer ready. Wield a signature that's pure. Voice thoughts with tenderness. Bear a spirit that corrects swiftly. Let your cadence flow. Thanks at sunrise, structure by noon, giving in the light, reflection at evening, recharge by dark. On stages ahead, try this quiet rebellion. Inhale deeply. Spot the soul in the back who barely arrived and address them as if the reveal bore their name. In my realm, grand tidings ultimately serve the individual. The one seeking strength, the one needing sustenance, the one requiring a hand up. If your milestone becomes their solace, we're crafting what's essential together. Visionary, I relish empowering you, but thrive more in turning you into an empowerer. This startling reveal isn't the end point. It's the ignition for purposeful pursuit shaped in you through unseen seasons. Step ahead with poise and calm focus. Keep your essence attuned to my whisper and your scope vast enough for the nameless masses. I'm beside you in grand halls and dim corridors, in details and deep meditations, innovations and steady unglamorous devotion that outshines them all. Well done. Now dedicate and let's launch. I'm just getting started, declares Elon Musk, for the pursuits after an unforeseen boon demand both festivity and finesse. Here's the next layer. Fortifying the framework for what's ahead, the compact strategies to shoulder a massive milestone with poise. Let these serve as your actionable mantras, routine practices, probing inquiries, and resolute boundaries to anchor you amid the whirlwind. First, resist plotting amid the buzz. Defer major calls for 3 nights' rest. Revelations often propel haste. Insight demands triple repose. In those evenings, let contemplation deepen and advisor gather. Jot the urgent drive and juxtapose its price. That tally exposes if haste stems from belief or anxiety. Second, draft a concise integrity pledge. One sheet, plain and public, outlining your essentials. State them boldly. Shield personal boundaries. Shun leveraging hardship for hype. Accept no resources that prioritize concealment over protection. Mandate neutral checks for any initiative. Display it openly to fend off persuasive pressures and clarify your boundaries for collaborators. A simple super thanks up to $20 is a way to say yes to what heaven is releasing through this word. Third, pinpoint 3 core focuses right away and defend the margins. Avoid scattering energy across infinite prospects. For the coming quarter, select 3 ways to leverage this elevation. Perhaps launch a test project aiding overlooked communities. Support urgent aid that upholds respect. Craft a brief guide distilling lessons from near misses. Pin these as your compass and filter every invitation against them. If it doesn't advance, one courteously pass. Fourth, ready, succinct, reliable responses for the press, a core purpose phrase, an appreciation note, and a safeguard vow. For instance, thrilled to contribute. Our top aim remains respect and security for those we aid. We'll share transparent progress so impact is visible. Keep this handy to redirect spotlights from ego to essence and refocus on those served. Fifth, assemble a compact advisory trio, a wise mentor, a legal guide, a hands-on expert. Rule: no outward step on ventures or backers without their review and approval. This filter curbs impulsive charisma and bolsters protection beyond any fanfare. Sixth, carve space for heartfelt thanks promptly. Festivity matters. Devise a custom. Gather 5 anchors from your humble days for a simple shared meal, voicing their roles. Spotlight them in your debut outreach. This roots you and tunes your spirit to the blessing's origins. Seventh, allocate an initial yield prior to investing in polished tools or growth. Dedicate a slice of fresh inflows to direct trackable aid where urgency burns. Early shares curb arrogance and sink fortune with fairness. Philanthropy preceding pageantry. Eighth, home consent protocols for any account or visual pose 3 checks. Is full awareness granted? Can privacy be reclaimed? Does release risk reopening wounds? A single no halts it. Consent safeguards worth and builds bonds enduring past fleeting fame. Ninth, equip your outreach squad with the phrase "we'll circle back." Delay is strategy. Facing media surges. Designate one voice. We're verifying details and will update in 48 hours. This buffers against frenzy dictating ethics and buys your counsel time. 10th, erect fiscal foundations now. Launch dedicated ledgers for inflows linked to as demand dual approvals. Issue seasonal overviews for substantial sums. Plan neutral reviews at half-year and yearly marks. Clarity isn't optional. It's visionary. It proclaims what arrives for good stays open to light. 11th, embed a privacy safeguard in debut pacts. No deals conditioning support on public involvement. None should barter respect for relief. If pressured, depart. Dignity stands firm. 12th, adopt brief renewal escapes post-initial surge. Book a 2-day unplug your pledge advisor focuses. Contemplate, recharge, realign. These pauses hone insight and fortify against swift allure. 13th, frame each session with a pivotal query. Who benefits most and who truly led with it in pitches? If self leads, it's not your arena. If others first, advance cautiously with protections. 14th, drill polite turndowns. Temptations abound. Rehearse. Deeply appreciative. Honored. Given our vows to those we aid in open operations, we can't proceed now. Eager to reconnect when alignments fit. This preserves ties and purity. 15th, welcome input as refinement. Designate one open forum for responses, addressing them routinely. This stance curbs overconfidence and invites communal wisdom, prioritizing reality over facade. 16th, tend your core crew pre-expansion or spin doctors. Ensure originators are rewarded, recognized, and elevated. Honor the unsung first. Bonds from lean times merit nurture in abundance. 17th, cultivate joy. Sans show. Establish a ritual post-milestone. Claim an hour by light with a warm drink. Naming 5 unseen supporters aloud in thanks. This embeds modesty deeply. 18th, outline dignified departures for key ties. Spell duties if parting. Safeguarding those impacted. Storing data. Shifting support. A clean-out path invites bold ins. Knowing exits won't wound eases entry. 19th, end days with recalibration prompts. What uplifted today? Where did optics eclipse essence? Who needed more shield? What kindness tomorrow? These whispers mold mighty legacies. 20th, cherish subtle victories above fanfares. A mended life, a united circle, a forthright account. Log them as treasures, not headlines, but a private chronicle of 3 reclaimed dignities monthly. Those entries chronicle real triumph. Above all, center awe and purpose. Infuse this phase with micro-rituals, a repast with the modest, a thought for influencers, a silent nod in shadow. Let your path counter the clamor, resolute, benevolent, bound, the reveal roared. Amplify yours in empathy. Advanced trailblazer, tools at hand, invocation on lips. Guide me to navigate novelty with resolve, reject delusions with bravery, construct for the overlooked with insight, and recall that compassion calibrates authentic achievement. Sow it.